Hey, did you know Trevor and Jay host a radio show?
Wait, Trevor and Jay host a radio show?
I heard Trevor and Jay host a radio show.
Trevor and Jay host a radio show?
Trevor and Jay host a radio show.
Trevor and Jay are hosting a radio show?
Trevor and Jay
Trevor and Jay host a radio show.
Trevor and Jay show?
Trevor and Jay host a
Trevor and Jay host a radio show.
Trevor and Jay host a
Radio show?
Radio show?
Radio show.
Radio show.
Radio show. Radio.
Hello. And
Good afternoon.
Woo!
Welcome to Trevor and Jay host a podcast. My name's Jay.
My name's Trevor.
Thanks for tuning in, ladies and germs, on this fine Monday afternoon.
Heck yeah.
It's been a week.
It has been a week,
since we've last been on the air.
And on my way to the studio, the only thing I could think about that I knew I would say about my week is that I got a new phone screen.
You did.
I'm sure there's a lot more that's happened, but
That's
got a
the
phone
only
screen.
thing. That's the only thing at all. Why? Had you cracked your screen?
Yeah. Did I tell you how I cracked it?
I don't think so.
I was with Kaya, and we were just like walking around our building just to like find new areas in it and like explore and stuff, because it's a big building.
Oh, I should do that. I haven't explored anything since freshman year.
You should do it. And we have this thing where we try to run to the door and be the first person to scan into the building with our cards. And it's like a little competition we have, and it's always fun to like realize the moment when we both remember like, ooh, gotta beat the other.
Yep.
And so we were walking on the grass next to this building up a hill, and I started running to try and like get up the hill in time, and then the running motion made us both realize, I think, that like, oh, we needed to get to the door. And so we like were running to the top of the hill, and I like totally lost my footing once I got to the top and like skipped over snow and stuff and landed with my phone face down into the concrete.
That's awful for
tragic.
Your phone and your body.
Yeah, it was.
So when was that?
Worst thing. That was last week.
I'm gonna tell you that is like the fastest phone fixing story I've ever heard.
Did I?
Because like if I crack my screen, I will live like that until my phone is so trashed that I cannot use it anymore, and I have to get a new screen.
I should probably clarify that my screen didn't break. The screen protector broke.
Okay. Jen just cracked her screen protector.
Yeah.
Did you have like a glass screen protector?
Yeah, tempered glass.
Come on.
If you hear that noise in the background, that's our disco ball.
There we go.
Freaking out.
So what did I do this week? I watched some movies, some new, some old. I watched Whiplash. Which I've seen, a million times. I showed Jen Whiplash, and she really enjoyed it.
Was that the first time that you had seen Whiplash?
No, I've seen Whiplash a million times.
Okay.
I love Whiplash. Is up in my list, very high up in my list.
Same.
We watched Battle of the Sexes, which is a movie that's about tennis and women. It's a movie about feminism and equality, really, but it's like portrayed as a movie about tennis, but it's definitely not actually a movie about tennis.
What's it called?
Battle of the Sexes, and it's about a woman named, I forget her name, and it's a true story about like this female tennis player who was protesting because the male tennis players were getting paid like 10 times what the women were getting paid, and they were this isn't fair. We're going to boycott like the sport. And it's like, and then there was one like male tennis player who was like, I can beat any woman, like he like back in the times where they thought like women can't be better than men at anything, like during that time period. So like this man who's played by Steve Carell,
really?
challenges the main character to a match, and she beats him. So,
nice.
Yeah, it was a cool movie. And I got Jen's mom made us some Texas squares because she felt bad about the nasty food that I fed you.
Ooh, right.
So if you would like to grab one.
Absolutely.
I'll eat one too. I promise there's like nothing
I'm
wrong.
using my hands now to
nothing
grab
wrong
one.
with them. It's unfortunate, though.
Mm-hmm.
Also, thank you very
They're
much.
poison.
Thank you very much, Renee, for making us these.
Thank you.
I had one for breakfast, and it was delicious.
I'm about to have one, and it's delicious.
So my mom's boyfriend Rob
Mm-hmm.
just got back from like a work trip, and he
Is an assassin.
went to he's an assassin. No, he went to, I forget where he went. I feel like it's not Fiji, but I was told the name Fiji a lot, but I feel like that's not where he was. I can't remember where it was.
Are you allowed to say what he does for work?
Yeah, he does like IT.
Espionage?
He does IT work, and he goes to different countries and sets up like all their computer stuff. Like if a company's opening like a location in
Yeah.
Iran or something, he'll go in with like his company, and they'll go set up the servers and set up
pretty
the
cool.
computer stuff over there.
He's just a really cool guy, and so that's why I think he is secretly James Bond.
Well, I've joked that he like that job that he has would be the perfect cover for like some kind of spy, because he has to leave like randomly and for like over a month at a time. But he had brought back some food for us to eat on the radio show, and I forgot it in Jen's van, but I will have it next week.
Oh.
So he bought us chicken rings,
Okay.
which he said tasted like a chicken's anus. That's
Okay.
when he tried them, that's what he imagined that would taste like.
Good. I'm excited already.
And prawn crackers,
What?
or prawn chips, like a prawn, like the shellfish prawn.
I don't even think I know that.
It's like a huge shrimp, kind of. You know what a crawfish looks like?
Yeah.
It's like
Is
it looks like
that.
that. They're like crackers or like chips made out of those. So we'll be able to try those on. I'm gonna say, just looking at them. Jen just texted me. The female tennis player in the movie, her name was Billie Jean.
Is that a real tennis player?
Yeah. So
These squares are really good.
aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Renee.
Thank you, Renee.
I'm your biggest fan.
This will be a good second dinner for me,
And breakfast tomorrow.
probably.
And the next day. And the next day.
There's a point last year where we lived off these in the suite.
Really?
It was awful. They tasted delicious, but we were like, like eating them like animals. But yeah, I didn't do a whole lot this week. I'm having a hard time remembering.
Yeah, same. That's probably a thing I should at least, like, if I don't plan any games or anything for the show, I should
least try to remember the week.
Yeah, I should at the very least try to remember my week. Let's go through the week, shall we?
Yeah.
I had already done my test shoot for my advanced film.
How'd that go? Well, I think we talked about that last show.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Oh, I edited it.
How was that?
Good, I think.
My editing skills are very low.
Really?
Yeah, with Avid, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Editing.
I like to think I'm decent with
editing in Avid.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem, but setting up everything
for
and
it?
then and then like when
Yeah.
I'm done exporting everything, I have trouble with both of those.
So I was trying to export something in. This is bad. I feel like we talk so much film stuff.
It's okay.
This will be really fast. I had to bring it from Avid into DaVinci Resolve, which
Yep.
is a really special, shiny program with cool buttons and whistles. And I had to bring it back into that after editing, and it was giving me trouble with the audio. So I was like, all right, I don't need the full thing yet. I'll export it straight from Avid just to have a thing to show someone.
Yeah.
And it exported in like the 3x4 like before HDTV dimensions.
Oh my
a
God.
standard definition, and it also had no sound. So I don't know what I did when I exported that, but it was very incorrect.
Were you able to? Did you end up getting it right?
I haven't tried since.
So that's the position that it's sitting in.
Yeah.
currently.
Well, I re-edited stuff
yep.
today. But anyways, that's what I did this weekend.
Nothing is worse than times where I was editing like an idiot using iMovie, and
Trevor has a message.
Rob texted me.
Oh?
He was in Caribus.
Caribus?
Yeah, I
Is
knew
that
it
a
was,
place?
Yeah, that's a place. You want to know how Caribus is spelled?
Yeah. Is it?
Can I
guess?
I want you to try to spell it.
When Trevor and Jay make everything a game. All right, let me think. Caribus. Yeah?
I'm going to let you know. Well, no, just try.
Can you say the word?
Caribus.
All right. I'm going to say it starts with a K.
Yep.
K-A...
Nope.
K-E?
Nope.
K-U.
Nope.
K-H.
Nope.
K-I.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
K-I-R?
Yep.
I?
Yep.
B?
Yep.
I-S.
No.
It's like Kirby, but with a lot more R and S.
Caribus. You have K-I-R-I-B.
I-B-I.
Nope.
Oh, just K-I. There's an S. Carib.
There's. I'm gonna tell you.
K-I-R-I-B. E.
No.
U.
No.
Y.
No.
I thought I was so clever with that, like Caribus, like abyss.
That is clever. There's no intuition. Like you cannot use intuition. Like,
H.
No.
B-H. B-G.
Nope.
B-Q.
Nope.
U-E-R-S-T-L-V-W. B-C-D.
Nope.
F-A.
A.
Wow, I worked way too far around.
So the word again is pronounced Caribus. So far you're at K-I-R-I-B-A.
S.
No.
Z.
No.
Caribus.
You gotta go way off the charts.
C-E-Q-H. Caribus. E. C. U. Is it even a vowel?
It's a consonant.
It's a consonant. Z.
No.
W.
Oh.
X.
No.
Y. G. H. L. M. N. P. Q. R. S. T. What?
Last
What?
letter.
S.
Nope.
What?
Last letter. It's
How
not
do you
an
know
S.
it's pronounced this way?
What
What are your sources?
Rob? But he was there for over a month.
Okay. Kiribis.
Oh, he's texting me right now.
K-I-R-I-B-A-T-Z.
I.
What?
Yeah.
Kiribati.
Okay. Here's what he said.
I think it's
T-I in the local language makes an S sound. That's why.
Okay.
I guess that's like nation.
Nation.
But it's like
Nason.
shh.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
Oh, wow, yeah. Nation.
You know what's also strange?
I shouldn't think that's so weird. What?
An historical event.
An? Is it really an
Yeah.
historical,
Yep.
not a historical?
It's an historical
Oof,
event.
I knew that it was
You know what
an
I've come
before
to
H,
find?
but I don't like that.
You know what I've come to find with that rule?
What?
And maybe aside from just the word historical, this is the only exception I can find.
Okay.
An, like A-N, right, is always before a letter a word that begins with a vowel, right?
Or an H, right?
Well,
Like hour, an hour.
Right. Well, but it's like typically
Yeah, a vowel.
It's the vowel sound. That's what it is. The word N is always before a word that sounds like the first letter is a vowel, even if it's not.
So hour and...
I guess it's an historical event. Like you say it like that.
An historical
Yeah.
event. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
So,
if you can remember anything I did this week, feel free to message me on. I mean, there's my number. There's Facebook.
what else is there?
Instagram. There
There must be one more.
You're right. MySpace.
Perusal.
MySpace. Nova. No, that's not Vera. I don't know. There's some new.
What? Easy Bib?
Yeah.
The citation tool
Yeah.
generator?
Or the Donald Trump platform.
Right. All of them.
The website. The Donald Trump website for his thoughts.
Or
Otherwise known as...
or they could just do plain old Twitter.
Yeah, you can follow me at DJ Reese.
And you can also follow me on Twitter at... Oh, hold on. I got a message from Kaya. Oh, Jay, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
She's leaving you.
Oh, my goodness.
No, I'm kidding. She said, I'm not even kidding. I was thinking about the "an" coming before a word that starts with a vowel sound like 2 days ago. Hive mind.
Hive mind.
My hive mind extends not only to you, but to your girlfriend.
Because
you have a hive mind with her.
Yes. So
the three
I haven't
of
even
us
told you that.
we're all in the hive.
Oh, my goodness. Kaya, text Trevor or me, but Trevor, because you're already messaging him, the things... I'm sorry, I'm burping now.
That's
that
okay.
we've hive mind over. Because it's happened so much in the last, month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always like, it's because we're spending a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Like, whenever Trevor and I...
But you know what's strange? There's some
What?
people that I don't have it happen with if I spend a lot of time with.
True.
It happens with you, even if we haven't hung out for a while.
Yeah.
If we start hanging out for an hour or so, it'll start, you'll start saying things that I'm thinking.
True. It's happened. It has taken a long time for Kaya and I to start hive minding, but you and I, it only takes what'd you say, an hour maybe?
Yeah.
Or
Or less.
It used to take maybe a day or two.
Yeah.
And
you
then
know,
it would just be
me and Mike Casey used
scary.
to have crazy hive mind.
Really?
But that was before we knew the concept of hive mind, and
Yeah.
we'd just both be like, I was going to say that, instead of being like, hive mind.
Right? We should make paraphernalia. We should make hive mind shirts.
We should. That would be
Join
really cool.
the-
Trevor
join
and
the
Jay
hive-
host a radio shirts, and we have some of our quotes on it.
Oh my goodness, Trevor and Jay host a hive mind.
Ooh, that's the... Hey, you know what's cool that I was thinking about?
What?
Wouldn't it be cool if on our internship, right,
Yeah.
we were able to continue Trevor and Jay host a radio show in the form of a podcast,
We should.
even though
Yeah.
we'll be across the country.
True.
Now, how would we do this, you ask? I've got the answer.
Oh?
You and me
Yeah.
both have some kind of recording software,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
You've got recording stuff. I have some recording stuff.
Yeah.
What we do is we create a Skype call
Okay.
where we can see each other.
Yeah.
And we also plug in headphones while we're on the Skype call.
Okay.
So the audio from the computer is going right into our ears, right? So it's we are
I think
right...
some people call them headphones just naturally.
So it's like we are right now, right? Where
Yeah.
you have headphones on, I have headphones on,
Yeah.
but there's a screen between us and we're across the country.
Okay.
I have my recording device on me with a microphone.
Gotcha.
You have your recording device on you with a microphone also. And we talk over Skype. You're recording your audio into your stuff. I'm recording mine into my stuff.
Yeah.
And then maybe one week I send you my audio file and you
I
edit
just-
them together. And then the next week you send me yours and I edit them together.
Oh man.
And it would be just
It would sound
like we're just talking to each other in the same room.
that way. You wouldn't have the one weird video audio.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
I was listening to a podcast of three brothers who live in different
they do
spots,
that?
and I'm pretty sure I figured out that that's what they do.
Really?
Yeah,
That would make so much sense.
because they keep referencing. They're one of them will be like, "Well, I'm the one editing this week, so don't do what you're doing right now because I'm gonna have to edit it out." So I think they all record it, and they all clap,
Yeah.
to sync them all up, and then they just send it to one of them, and he just puts them all together.
You want to say the name of that podcast?
Yeah. So this podcast is called. This actually is a very good segue into the bulk of our show tonight.
Okay.
So this show that I'm talking about is called My Brother and Me, and the tagline is Advice for the Modern Era. And what they do is they answer questions that people send into them on Yahoo Answers. So I've been listening to that podcast a lot, and I thought, you know what, Jay and I are two very insightful individuals, and I thought, you know what,
We're two very narcissistic, insightful.
we are the least. We are the most humble people in the entire world.
We are the least biased.
But you know what? I thought we could
Bias,
turn your
bias.
questions alchemy-like into insightful answers.
Does that mean that their questions have to be about alchemy? I'm
No, and that's a
confused.
direct quote from what they say on the show, so I'm sorry.
Okay. Fair enough.
So here we go. I'm going to go into... So you want me to read the prompt that I posted to...
Yes.
and I'll edit myself because I swore in it.
Oh, wait, did you really?
Yeah, I did.
I don't even remember. I was really happy when you made this Facebook post.
And I didn't tell you about it.
No,
which
you didn't.
I think it's funny.
I mean, I never tell you about the promos I make, which I also didn't make this week.
That's fine. We're famous anyway. Okay, so here's what I wrote to get some people to send in some questions, and we'll answer them, give advice, and so forth. It's like this is the advice column.
Which post are you starting on? Because there were two of them.
They're both written the same.
Which thread?
I'm starting on the one that I posted on my Facebook wall.
Okay, cool.
So here's what I wrote. Need some advice? Got a friend with a shirty mustache, and you don't know how to tell him to shave it? Are you constantly finding snorkels in your father's bedroom? Actually, I read that wrong. Are you finding snorkels in your father's bedroom constantly? Do you think that you may have accidentally instituted Sharia law in your dorm room? Jay and I have the answers tonight at 9 on WXPL. And I told people to ask some questions. So we've got some questions to read, and we're going to...
And my first question to you...
Is it from Jen?
Are all of these questions actual things that you wanted to talk about, or were they just random examples?
No, these were just random examples, because I wanted people to know that they don't have to ask, like, the most serious, like, I'm having trouble in my relationship. Yeah. Like, questions like that. I wanted them to be like, I saw a bike the other day, and I was thinking about stealing it. Am I a bad guy? So actually, I'm starting on the WXPL page where I posted it instead of on my wall.
I was kind of excited to find out why you thought Sharia law was in your dorm room, or why your dad.
I live alone, by the way, so I would have instituted it unto myself. Okay, so our first question comes from Scene Gibbons.
Oh, I love that guy.
Sean Gibbons, thanks for responding. Sean asks, someone comes into the bathroom blasting the NFL theme, sits down in the stall next to you, and starts aggressively pooping louder than anyone ever. What's the most polite way to let them know they're not alone in the room?
He told me about this too.
I remember him vaguely talking about this also. Yeah. Now I have to assume, right, that he does have his poop soundometer on him in order to measure the sound, the decibel level of the poop, because he did specify very confidently that this was the loudest poop ever. So he definitely... He also, shout out to Sean, who just messaged me and said thank you. Thank you, Sean, for asking. We're happy to help.
Sean, we should have you on the show sometime as a special guest and kill you again.
So he definitely had to have some kind of poop soundometer inside of the stall with him.
I think Ari makes those.
They do. Yeah. The brand Ari, they make a lot of film equipment. They also make poop soundometer technology.
True.
And you have to poop soundometer 2000. And they're listening to the NFL theme. So
here's my
theme,
question.
It's not like they're listening to like the show, right? And it just starts with the theme.
Or like
they're
replays
playing the theme song.
Yeah.
They sat down on the toilet knowing if they're pooping louder than anyone, they had to go in there knowing that they were about to let it all out.
I think that the most likely scenario here is that they were either pooping a football or they brought a football with them into the bathroom to like play catch, like while they were waiting.
That's
or that they're actually a football player
or a coach.
Maybe.
Hold beautiful on. Blue-eyed Tom Brady might have been sitting in that stall next to Sean, just reliving his glory days.
We figured it out. Actually, Sean, I think the answer to your question is that there's nothing wrong with the person pooping in the stall listening to NFL music. You're just in the wrong locker room. You're right. Wandered onto
have been
Gillette?
In a different locker room.
Gillette's pretty close.
You meant to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
You stepped into
Gillette.
some kind of time rift, and you ended up in Gillette Stadium.
I think so. That's the most, like Sherlock Holmes says.
That's the most... what does Sherlock Holmes say to Scrawny Watson?
I don't actually remember.
I feel like I can picture Sherlock Holmes like feeding like a very malnourished Watson some like cat food. Here's what I definitely think what you're saying is a possibility, but here's what I was thinking. I was thinking whoever's in the stall next to him. So they had to poop so bad. It was the loudest there has ever been. right?
Yeah.
So they knew going into there.
Guinness Book of World Records.
They knew going in that it was about to get nasty. So since they had to know, they had to plan for some reason to play this theme. I think they needed to be hyped up.
Ooh.
I think they were like, you know what?
Yeah.
I need some assistance. I need some good old sports ball hype up situation music so that I can get this big old loaf out of me.
Okay.
And then what's the most polite way to let them know they're not alone in their room? I think it's to poop louder.
I think you should help a brother out and let him know he's not alone. You're there for him.
Or you could offer him unless you mean let him know he's not alone in in sort of like an emphatic way, like you're trying to let him know you're not alone. Like, I'm here with you.
No, exactly.
You could lend him a helping hand you could put your hand under the stall door and like hold his hand. Like we're here. It's not just you, it's us.
I've always said that the problem with modern day society is that there's just not enough empathy in the stalls.
There's not.
The Romans, they just sat down next to each other on like a long bench.
Yeah.
And just like probably talked about life and sports ball.
Yeah, that's all they did.
Yeah.
So
confirmed.
So thank you for your question, Sean. I hope we were able to give you some insight into your situation. So
right.
So how about a question?
Wait, real question. Is there actually an NFL theme song? Because someone commented below and said what's that? Each network has their own music.
So here,
would the NFL theme song just be the national anthem?
So here, this is what I'm going to assume. Something, if it's not this, it's going to be something like this. Okay?
Yeah.
So you walk into your room, all of a sudden, your stomach drops. You got to poop, and it's going to be the loudest poop in the world. You don't even know if it's going to be able to get out of you.
This is the
you throw
most
this on,
pooping we've ever talked about on the show.
You throw this on to help you out.
Is that it? Let's hope this isn't copyrighted so we don't get flagged on YouTube.
I'm telling you, if nothing else was working, I bet I could poop with that song playing.
All right, next question.
So next question. Let's see.
Hey, am I the person that has a bad mustache that you want to shave?
No, there's no. That's not about a real person. That's just an example of a question. I like your mustache.
Okay, thank you.
So next question I see in this thread is from Carly Waters.
Shout out.
Do you want to read it? Are you on the thread?
Yeah, sure. Carly says, how to explain to people that pineapple belongs on pizza without a mob following you back to your house.
And hold on, let me just say, Sean just messaged me, and he said that is the correct song.
Good.
He said that is the correct song. Jay. He said it like that. Okay, so how to explain to people that pineapple belongs on pizza without a mob of people following you back to your house.
So I think the first thing you have to do is never try to explain to anyone ever that pineapple should be... I'm just kidding. I bet Trevor likes pineapple on pizza.
I'm going to tell you right now, I am very, very much...
I still don't know where this is going.
I guarantee you the past 7 pizzas I bought
have all had pineapple.
Have had pineapple.
Really?
I am not exaggerating. I guarantee the last 7 pizzas I bought have been Hawaiian pizzas.
You know what? I bet that's healthy. I bet it's a
I
healthy
don't.
thing.
No.
I should.
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. Too much pizza for one man. I've been eating too much pizza.
I should start eating pizza with pineapple just to be controversial.
But here's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that Carly must live in some sort. Have you seen I Am Legend?
No, but I will pretend for the sake of this wholeheartedly that I have.
Okay, so have you seen I Am Legend?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how he's Will Smith is the last man
on Earth,
and
right? There are vampire people,
right? Like
and
vampire zombies.
He has his dog.
Yeah, and his dog.
Spoiler alert! I think it dies. He shoots it.
Yeah,
she shoots it.
Yeah,
spoiler alert.
I think so.
All right.
Yeah,
next.
he does. So here's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming Carly, has ended up in some kind of situation where at least where she is, she's the last person on. Because I haven't seen or heard of a mob happening.
Yeah.
in years. Like an angry mob. So I'm
True.
imagining it's got to be some kind of vampiric, zombie, immortal, outbreak, bio kind of mob.
All the idiots in the world who weren't eating the pineapple on their pizza turned into zombies. She's the only one that survived because she was eating the pineapple.
Well, here's what I'm imagining. I'm imagining wherever she is, she's alone in that area.
Gotcha.
And everyone around her is these kind of zombie things. And I'm imagining she's trying to talk to them and say, pineapple does belong on pizza, because she's lonely because, everyone's dead. And it's just a mob. What she's got to do is set up some kind of defense.
True.
At her home.
And you know what? If you have to, maybe just don't explain to the zombies that pineapple belongs on pizza. It sounds like if you say anything
to
at
these
all,
said zombies,
then they are going to make a mob and come after you.
Yeah. And they can make a mob so quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the best advice I can give. We just got a new response on the post.
How to get...
Okay.
Which one are you going for?
I'm happy that I was given this, because the next question on the post is by Ian, and he just specified in a comment right now, just in case, guys, my last name is pronounced Poyent.
Poyent.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. He just typed it. How do you know that it's pronounced that way?
He wrote Poy, capital P-O-Y,
okay,
dash E-N-T. Poyent.
Poyent.
So Ian
That's cool.
Poyent.
Ian Poyent. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. Thanks for asking, Ian. Ian asks, how to get the other people in your tower to stop blasting music and screaming at the top of their lungs?
That is a great question. And my first bit of advice is to get out of the castle that you're in.
I am so glad, let me say, that you also knew that there's no way he wasn't talking about living in a castle.
Oh, no, absolutely. He says how to get the other people in your tower.
Right.
Like,
I would complain to the king.
That's probably a good idea.
If you're living in a tower, I'm sure you've got it good with the king.
I don't know though, because it sounds like this king is chaining a lot of screaming people up. Or chaining people up and then they scream.
Well, yeah, there's clearly... Here's the problem.
Yeah.
Clearly, there are sounds coming from wherever the ballroom is or whatever they had in medieval times. There are also sounds coming straight from the dungeon.
Yeah.
So wherever he is in the tower, he's clearly not in an ideal spot, because he's hearing the screaming from the dungeon, and he's hearing all this music. I bet that fat king upstairs, I bet he's in a room where he can't hear any of this.
Oh, he's so fat.
Yeah, he's so fat. He's so fat and rich. He's so fat, and he's such a king.
He's such a king.
He's so.
Have you seen his hat?
Oh yeah, he's got one of those big king hats. Yeah, look at me.
The hat.
Everyone knows you're a king by how fat you are, king. You can spot that king a mile away.
You know what? This is also probably a bad sign, Ian. You should probably get out of this kingdom as soon as you can. Especially if you think that the screams are coming from the tower. If this king hasn't even disclosed to you that there are people in the basement below the tower, I don't know. He's trying to hide the fact that he has prisoners.
Yeah, and a king with a secret is not a king to be toiled with.
Yeah.
And
that's what Sherlock Holmes says.
That's what Sherlock always says when he's feeding Watson his cat food. But yeah, this castle is not the place for you, Ian. And I don't know how you ended up in medieval times, but Godspeed, my friend.
My cat food.
So
the next question, it comes from Eduardo.
Sean says, "Tell Ian not to be a buzzkill." So apparently Sean's also somewhere in the tower. Sean might be playing the music.
Sean might be the torture guard. I don't know.
He might be the torture guard.
Don't be a buzzkill.
Tortures all those peasants so quick.
If they want to scream, they can scream if they want to.
So yeah, we got
some
more questions.
Okay, yeah. So our next one comes from Eduardo Fristas. I think I said your name right, but you can let us know. He says
Fritas.
Fritas. Yes. What did I say?
Yeah, you had an S before the T.
I totally did. Fritas. So Eduardo says, "How do I explain to my dog he's not adopted?"
Now
that
I can, right off the bat.
Yeah.
I can only assume that this question is being asked by some kind of dog man that has gained.
Wait, don't you know Eduardo?
No,
He's a dog man
he
on
is.
campus.
Oh,
You've probably seen him around.
well, because he's either a dog man. This is what I assume. A dog man who he's like a regular man, but he's also a dog, like a were dog kind of situation, or he is just a regular dog who has figured out, 1, the human language, 2, how to use a computer, and ask questions on advice columns.
Yeah.
Because if his dog, so the question is how to.
It's how to explain to the dog
He's not
his
not-
dog
that he's not,
is not
adopted. So he's trying to convince a dog you weren't adopted.
Yeah.
That must mean he's his
might wanna,
rightful father.
Yeah. So I guess my first question is, does your dog's son know that, or daughter, I suppose? No, yeah, said he. So does your dog's son know that you are also a dog person?
A dog man?
Yeah. Because if they don't know that, then maybe you should just sort of allude to that, and maybe they'll just figure it out on their own.
Because
in all honesty,
if you one resemble a human a little bit more than a dog, even if you're equally both, this dog son of yours might not understand that you are a dog man.
yeah, like Watson.
Poor feeble, skinny, and feeble again, Watson.
Starving.
Fickle little man.
Can that be a new thing? Can we just hate on
reference
Watson all the time? All right. Anyways.
But yeah, I think you gotta. He could show him his "I'm a dog person" license
Yeah.
that you get when you become an 18-year-old dog person.
True.
It'll say on it,
When you sign up for selective
"I'm a dog person."
service
Yeah.
dog.
When you sign up for selective service dog, you have all the paperwork, and if you were a human, you couldn't. If you're a dog man, you can.
True.
But if you were just a human, you couldn't.
He's an accommodation student. You know how you can't have dogs on campus unless they're like accommodation animals,
Right.
like for emotional support and stuff like that? Well, he himself is an accommodation
Exactly.
human dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what he is. So yeah, I would just show off your more dog-like side, and eventually your dog son will realize that you're a dog man and he's not adopted.
True. So so up next we have you can say it.
I'm gonna
You can skip
I'm
around.
gonna skip. I'm gonna go down to the other thread, the one on my Facebook.
Gotcha.
You want to do that? Unless you want to ask one of these. I don't know what I have to go off though.
I will be very quick in answering this one.
Okay.
I think someone else answered for us. So Mitchell Newbert says Kelly Clarkson or Avril Lavigne, and one of our other commenters, Carly, shout out, commented and said, "Did Avril Lavigne die in 2003 and was replaced by an imposter?" The answer is yes. So yeah, okay. So that
I thought
answers
the only
that.
reason I didn't want to answer it was because I thought that everybody knew that.
Yeah. Kelly Clarkson, just to clarify, because it could be confused that he's asking which one's better. He does mean that Kelly Clarkson is the imposter,
Right.
for Avril Lavigne.
Mhm.
Yeah. Is it Kelly Clarkson or is it actually Avril Lavigne? It is Kelly.
Yeah.
All right. So you're next.
So are you in this thread now? The one that I started on my wall?
I am now.
So do you want to ask the first question in this?
Sure. So the first question by Jen Castro says, "My boyfriend never cuts his toenails. Should I clip them while he's asleep?" Yes. I think you should declaw the heck out of him. I think you should rip his fingernails and his claws and his fangs and wings right out of their dirty sockets from his dirty, filthy hands.
Here's what I think.
And then you should eat them and bake them. Okay.
Here's what I think. I think your boyfriend, I don't know the guy, but I think he's got a lot of stuff on his plate. He's a busy man. I bet he gives to quite a few charities. And I think sometimes he doesn't always have the time of day to worry about his toenails because he's been cutting toenails of thousands of poor homeless immigrants. Because he's just that kind of guy.
He's just that kind of guy.
So if there's a few weeks where he doesn't get to clipping them, you know what? It's because he's been doing a lot of good.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can assume. Again, I don't know the guy.
And you know, what does never mean? What
Yeah.
does never, like, how long of a span of
Who
time
are
we
you to say
If it's
never?
a couple,
Are
like,
you some kind of infinite being?
historic Earth eras, Mesozoic,
Mm-hmm.
the others, I mean, you know, how long are
Well,
we really
there is some specification on the time frame here in the comments. Said boyfriend hasn't cut his toenails since dinosaurs were around. Those fangs are
Yeah,
weapons.
There you go. Is that Mesozoic?
Mesozoic, I
Preozoic?
think, or
Oh,
Jurassic.
Jurassic. Ooh, that's one.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Actually, you know what I learned? Most of the dinosaurs
We're
in
dead.
Yeah, they were not in the Jurassic period.
That's so sad.
So
Jurassic just sounds cool.
Then she goes on to specify that they're not fangs, they're corn chips. So if you're hungry in the middle of the night, instead of cutting them, you got a little snack.
And just like I said, there you go.
You got a
Eat 'em
little
up.
snack.
Bake them up.
So
Have Renee teach you how to put them in some squares, some Texas squares.
Jay, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What does Kaya mean by "I'll fight someone over Jay's mustache"? Is that because she likes it and she doesn't?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I was hoping that.
No, yeah.
That's what
She
it was.
is a strong supporter of my facial hair.
Jen is for
'Cause
me too.
If she wasn't, I would not have facial hair.
I always am. Actually, no, I'm not always pro facial hair. When I think someone's facial hair looks good, I'm pro facial hair. When I think theirs doesn't look good, I tell them to
You
shave
are
it.
adamantly against it.
And that I'll say, you should shave it. It'll grow back quicker. But what I really mean is, you should shave that. You shouldn't have that on your face.
I can't find a definitive source on whether or not hair grows back faster or thicker.
I
don't
have
think
heard
it does.
that it does not.
It looks thicker because then it's all coming in like at the same
Yeah,
time.
I think
and-
that's absolute.
right.
I won't say what I want to say, but in 10 minutes I could say it. So
case.
I found another question.
Okay.
Here it goes. Another one by Sean Gibbons.
Oh, I found one too
You did?
by Sean Gibbons.
Do you want to read them at the same time?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh God, there's blood everywhere. Oh my God, what do I do? That was pretty good.
We've all been in a situation like
So
that.
yeah, it was.
Sean, listen.
We've all written that sentence before.
Listen, Sean. Menstruation is nothing to be embarrassed about. It is nothing to be ashamed of. It is a perfectly
such a
normal
stigma.
piece of your
Right?
female anatomy, Sean.
There is such a stigma in our
Behind
society. It's a
Menstruation.
natural
Behind
thing.
menstruation.
Men. Men's
Menstruation. So, Sean, listen. We're here for you. We're not here to judge you. I don't know what it's like as a man, but I promise you, if you ever need to talk to someone, if you ever need anything
We are here.
during your time of the month, we're here for you.
So is 911 because
So is 911.
we don't know how to deal with that.
Oh,
We
speaking
are
of
privileged.
911, you know what happened to me earlier today in the elevator?
What?
I shot a man to death. I got into the elevator in my building, right? And some kid held the elevator door for me, and he's like, "Where you going?" And I'm like, 8. And he's like, 8. And then he clicked 8, and his knee accidentally hit the phone call button in the elevator.
No way.
So the elevator starts ringing, and someone picks up the phone, and they say, I hear them talking to someone else. Like, while the phone's picked up, they're, like, talking to someone else, and they say, "Oh, it's an elevator emergency." And then they say to us in the elevator, "Campus police
is on the way."
what's going on?" And the kid with me keeps saying, "Oh, it was an accident. It was an accident." And they can't hear him. And we stop at his floor, and he just gets out of the elevator. So I'm still riding the elevator, and I start saying, it was an accident." And they go, "Oh, it was an accident?" I said, "Yeah." And he says, "Okay, can you give me your first and last name?" So I told him my first and last name. I was like, I hope I don't get like a call about this, because I wasn't even the one who did it.
Did you tell him that?
No,
You
I
should've.
just figured, like, if they follow up, I bet they just did it because I bet when you call, regardless of what it is,
Yeah.
they say,
Oh,
"Can I
yeah,
have it?" just
definitely.
for their log
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
But I figured if they were to follow up, I'd say, "Listen, I was riding the elevator, some other kid did it, and then he got out on his floor."
Yeah.
So
They're like, "Can we have your name and ID?" You should have just been like, No, that's okay.
No.
Bye. I'm here now.
But that was interesting. So I think is there one more? A couple
There's
more?
There's a couple more, I think. Kia Budendorf says...
That's how you say it.
Yeah, says, what's your favorite way to eat a Kit Kat? Describe in detail.
So anytime I'm eating a little kitty cat,
Yeah.
I like to lure it through the door, lure it to the door of my house with treats.
You got to make it suffer.
Yeah, so I lure that little kitty cat. I take some kibbles and bits. I steal them from that feeble, fickle Watson, and I line my walkway with them. And I go, "Come here, kitty. You want to eat? You hungry?" And the cat, struts up my walkway, and I lead that cat straight into my house, and it just starts munching away on that food. And I start thinking, you know what? Watching this cat eat is getting me pretty hungry. You want some milk, kitty? So I pour some milk for the kitty cat. And the cat laps up the milk. And then I say, "Okay, kitty cat, how about a glass of wine to loosen you up?" So I pour the cat a glass of kitty cat wine. Before you know it, the cat is out cold. And that's when I put the whole entire animal straight into the microwave. I hit the kitty cat button, and I let her rip. Next thing you know, you got a hot plate of delicious cat, just warm enough to eat, not cooked, but just warming up. That's my favorite way to eat a kitty cat. What's yours?
Is that the most traumatizing sound effects we've ever had?
Oh yeah, it is. What's your favorite way to eat it?
I hope that came across good. Let us know on Twitter.
Oh hey, you know what we should have done tonight?
What?
Played that thing.
The sound. I was almost gonna be like, we should start with the sound story.
Oh, we should have.
We'll do it sometime later.
What's your favorite way to eat a kitty cat?
My favorite way to eat a kitty cat is so you need to get a kitten, like the little teacup cats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ones that are shaped like a teacup.
Right.
And you pour boiling water
Straight into their mouth?
Straight into their mouths. That's the top, and then you just like sip it.
Oh, what about the tea bag?
You need to. Well, yeah. I mean, you gotta do that too.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta put the tea bag in there. I find that it helps to stuff the tea bag like in there before
the hot water.
pouring the hot water. Yeah.
That's usually how I do it.
Yeah.
If I'm making tea straight out of a Kit Kat.
It's the British way.
Yeah, it is. That's the like real Brit way.
Yeah.
They catch you doing it a different way. They know,
like, oh, you Watson.
you American, if they see you doing it,
exactly.
in a real cup. But they do it through straight up, murdering and devouring a cat. But,
right.
Cultural differences.
That was good. I like that.
So,
I should do more sound effecty things.
I like it.
I like that.
So we have one more question here from Jen Castro again. What are some ways to cure a big bad belly feeling in my big bad belly?
Ooh, I hate the big bad belly and the big bad feeling.
I hate having a big bad belly feeling.
Yes.
So it's a big bad feeling in your belly.
Yeah, in your big bad belly.
Yeah, I can't think of anything worse. So it's a good way to cure it. First off, if your belly is bad, you need to take the steps to make it good.
You need to reassess your life.
Right. So how do you make a belly good? What separates a good belly from a bad belly?
You gotta raise it the right way. You
True.
know what I mean?
So this is like a question of the way you're raised, not like an inherent you're born good or bad. You're
I like
raised
to think it's in
order to have a good belly or a bad belly.
I would like to think so.
And a good belly is filled with sweet cotton candy, and a bad belly is filled with nasty bile. If you're raised the right way, your belly won't be filled with
kittens.
nasty bile.
Step 1, don't eat a lot of cats.
Don't do it.
That'll make your belly
unless
big
you're
and bad.
British, because they've
perfected it. Their palates are different.
Yeah, they've slowly become immune to the negative side effects from cat eating.
You know, all British people who can eat cats are descendant from one original person.
Christ. Who? I don't know.
Yeah, God made Jesus, and Jesus made Adam and Eve by himself, and then they just continued. Actually, I was basing that off of a thing about blue eyes I read the other day. Who knows if it's true? But it said that blue eyes, everyone with blue eyes, have like one common ancestor. It was like originally, they think, a genetic thing in one particular person, and since then it has just spread to a huge...
Wow.
Yeah, right?
That is crazy.
Right? Could you imagine being the first person to find someone with blue eyes?
I bet there are
You'd be like,
totally
"What?"
circumstances where you could kill that person because you think they're like
Oh, probably.
soulless.
Or like think that they're like a god or something.
Or that, yeah.
And then like reproduce with them, and maybe that's why it's spread so far.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But sorry that I'm talking about blue eyes. My girlfriend has beautiful blue eyes, and that's why I was looking into them. Surprise! I didn't tell her that. But fun fact about blue eyes: did you know that it's not a pigment? Like there's very few. I think there's only like one real instance of blue pigment in animals. There's like some weird blue, like butterfly that makes a blue pigment. All other blue in animals, including blue eyes, is from the structure on like a molecular level of the surface, so that it reflects blue light.
That is...
It doesn't have a pigment that itself is blue. It just reflects blue light.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Isn't that insane?
That is redonkulous. You know what, Jay? You know what I would say
It's
that is?
structure.
That is fucking crazy.
Oh
and
my-
you know why?
Oh my God.
Because it's 10 o'clock. And I just learned today, I just learned today that after 10 o'clock, you are allowed to swear on...
Not that we're gonna make it a habit.
Not that we're going to make it a habit.
Disclaimer.
But I thought for once I would exercise the right.
True.
So that was my one
There you
time. I like that our show's rated G. But you know what? I thought that's the one time I'll do it.
It's rated PG XXX
Triple X.
for parent guidance.
After
but
10
just know
o'clock
it's triple
is
X.
Trevor and Jay's nasty hour.
Oh my goodness.
See what we can really do with these Texas squares. This is awful. Well, any
in
more
case.
striking news to talk about?
Probably, right?
Must be
There's probably
somewhere in the
things.
world.
Did we have any more questions at all on any of the posts?
I don't think so, but I might be wrong.
True.
You know what I read? Here, this is the I'll end with a funny anecdote that didn't happen to me.
Okay.
I read a story about a girl who was in her science class, her biology class, and they were doing Punnett squares. And they were trying to figure out, how blood types, are
Like genetic and
genetic
stuff.
and how they're given to offspring and whatever. So she was told to figure out the blood type of both of her parents and then her blood type and make like a Punnett square. And her teacher was checking it, and he was like, actually, this is impossible. If these are your parents' blood types, then that's not like possible for you to have the blood type you have. So he said, you have something wrong here. So she went and totally double checked, and through this lesson in school found out that her uncle, the man she knew as her uncle, was actually her father.
No.
And her dad,
What?
the man who raised her whole life, was actually her uncle.
No.
Yep.
Did the parents know this?
The mom did, and they divorced.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What? Is this a true story?
I read it on Facebook.
That sounds true enough.
It's true enough. I'm not making this up though. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but I'm not making this up.
That sounds believable.
Yeah,
So,
scenario that
probably.
totally could have happened and might definitely have.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
Imagine that.
crazy.
You're like, oh wow, I'm doing this wrong. Actually, no, that's not your father.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's horrible. One last thing. Sean Gibbons says, is the past tense of hive mind hive mound?
Yeah.
Okay, but wait, how do you have a past tense of hive mind? Wouldn't it be like we hive minded?
Nope, it's
we
mound.
hive mound.
We've have mound.
Hey, you know what? Our like audience base should be like the hive mind. Like, thanks for joining the hive mind.
Ooh, I like that. And you know what we should do to prove to them that we actually have a hive mind?
What?
We should just list some random things off like I count to 3,
Yeah.
and then we both say like the name of like an animal or something like
Okay.
that. We'll do like 3 of them, and see if we're able to say the same thing at the same time.
All right, sure.
Okay, you wanna?
Yeah. What
Okay,
are we? So what are we gonna do?
First, we'll do what? Yeah, animals. You wanna do that?
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
Okay, this is not gonna. All right, yeah, sure. Let's try.
Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta think of one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
Do you have one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, on 3 we'll say it.
Okay.
Okay, 1,
2,
2, 3. Kangaroo.
Ostrich.
Oh, I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Okay, we'll
You wanna
try
like
it. We'll try it again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Hyena.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, that worked.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do another. 1. Are you ready? Do you have one?
All right. Yeah, sure.
1, 2, 3.
Alligator.
Ooh,
Oh,
that was
all
good.
right. We're on. How about colors?
Okay, you want to do a color?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Alrighty. This is. I do not think you will get this.
I
but-
don't think you're gonna get
okay.
this.
You ready?
Yeah, we're really gonna test it right now.
Alrighty. 1, 2, 3.
Heroin. What? No. All right.
Well, I guess that proves that we've got
Yeah.
a hive mind.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't got anything else to say.
I don't got anything else to say.
Well, thanks
Except-
for tuning in.
Yeah, right? This was a great show.
And thanks for
Starting your week with us.